What's up, Year 11? So this was a question, a 4-marker that I set for you last week. The reasons it's a 4-marker, look at the command word when you box it. It's outline. Remember, outline means give an overview to it. Make sure you are bugging this question, because some of us started speaking about more than one conflict, so double underline that. One, global conflict, has to be outside. Global means outside of the UK. UK's role, international organisations. Think about the international organisations it's part of. Start modelling or planning this answer before you begin. So we are talking about NATO, we are talking about the UN, and up until January the 1st this year we were talking about the EU. So these are the organisations from the lesson. If you're sitting there questioning and saying, "Sir, I don't know what you're talking about," you need to go back to that key word, knowledge. You cannot answer this question unless you have that knowledge, and then to start planning it. Now, if it's a 4-marker, we are looking at the strategy. So what? You could also, if you've learned it this way, use the idea of because. Now, when I was doing this, I gave you the answer. We were going to talk about the case study that's in the book, and we were going to talk about Palestine. Now, I am going to show you how to do the so what strategy for this question. Now, when the examiners are going to mark you, they are looking for 1 mark for a simple idea. And if we were looking at doing it as a 6-marker, that would be the P in your peel, point. Now, if we were looking for the next point, the examiners are looking for the development, and they would mark it like this in your exam, DEV. Now, your development is your explain stage of your peel in a longer answer question. So when we've wrote our initial points or point, we are then questioning ourselves, saying to ourselves, so what? And the idea from using this strategy is to build on what we've already seen in our point. So our case study is Palestine. We are only going to use Palestine because it is asking for 1 global conflict. So a lot of you got these first points, although some of you didn't even use the model 2 markers that I gave you originally. So what you want to say is the UK once, because it doesn't so much anymore, had a dominant role in the Middle East through the British Empire. Now, if you had written that in an exam, the examiner is going to go 1 mark right there. Very good. You want to then say here, or develop on this point, and say, so what? You could then use your because if you wanted to do this. This is because, there's our connective, or this shows that, or this is because in the 21st century or end of the 20th century, many countries from the British Empire claimed independence. One mark there. So at this point we've got idea. but we still have not tackled the global conflict stage and international organisations here. And I was particularly impressed for those of you that cross-curricular to RS and used international aid agencies. Very good. That would be a point. A lot of us only got to 3 marks out of 4 because you didn't develop twice. So you only elaborated once on this. So at this point, I am going to say, so what? I still know I need to tackle this and I need to tackle this. So there are my 2 developed points there. So Palestine was part of the empire until land was divided into 2 independent states, Israel and Palestine. There has been conflict, see the word back into the question, conflict, ever since. A lot of you met this point, and there is your 3rd mark, and they would write in the exam, develop. But we stopped here, we didn't write anything else. So we maximised our marks to 3, but kept ourselves from getting 4. What agency was the UK part of which invaded in 2003? So in 2003, the UK, as part of NATO, invaded Iraq, overthrowing the government due to Islamic extremism. However, the UK has withdrawn its troops. That is our final development that a lot of us did not tackle. That last developed points. So again, you may want to use this as a model answer, or go back and look to develop your final points.